Hey guys, salam. Welcome back to Imaan. Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that you only have 1 year left to live. What would change? Would you still spend hours scrolling through your phone? Would you still keep delaying your goals? Would you still say, I'll start tomorrow? Most people live as if they have unlimited time. But the truth is that time is the one thing nobody is promised. Every day that passes is a day you'll never get back. Think about it. The year 2025 felt far away once. Now it's here. The years that felt endless as a child disappeared in what feels like a few moments. Life moves quietly. You don't notice it while it's happening. But one day you look at old photos, old messages, old memories, and realize how fast everything went. Imagine an hourglass sitting on a table. Every second, grains of sand fall to the bottom. You can watch them, but you can't stop them. Life is exactly the same. Every day, some of your sand is falling. The scary part is that none of us know how much is left at the top. Yet most people live as if they'll always have more time. More time to change. More time to learn. More time to become better. More time to fix their mistakes. But what if later never comes? What if the biggest lie you've ever believed is that you have plenty of time? The truth is that people rarely regret working too hard on their dreams. They rarely regret spending time with loved ones. They rarely regret becoming a better person. What they regret are the chances they didn't take, the words they never said, and the years they wasted waiting for the perfect moment. Because the perfect moment never arrives. Life is happening right now. And whether you realize it or not, you're spending one of the most valuable things you'll ever own: your time. Most people think their life will change because of one big moment, one huge opportunity, one life-changing decision. But life is usually shaped by ordinary days. The days that feel unimportant. The days you barely remember. Imagine someone wasting just 2 hours every day. 2 hours doesn't sound like much. But over a year, that's more than 700 hours. That's enough time to learn new skills, build a business, read dozens of books, improve your health, or completely change your future. The problem is that time never leaves all at once. It leaves quietly. 1 hour here, 1 hour there. And because the loss feels small, most people never notice it. Think about how often we say, it's only one day. But life is made of days. If you waste enough days, eventually you waste years. If you invest enough days, eventually you build a future. Imagine receiving a gift every morning and throwing it away without opening it. That's what many people do with their time. They wake up with another chance to learn, grow, improve, and move closer to their goals. But instead they hand that day over to distractions, excuses, and habits that lead nowhere. Then they wonder why their life hasn't changed. The truth is that your future isn't being created someday. It's being created today, right now. In the choices you make when nobody is watching, in the habits you repeat, in the things you decide are worth your attention. Because one day, you'll realize that the days you thought didn't matter were actually the days that built your entire life. Imagine being 80 years old and looking back on your life. Imagine seeing all the opportunities you ignored, the goals you postponed, and the dreams you kept saying you would start someday. That someday feels far away right now. But one day it becomes today. The truth is that nobody plans to waste their life. Nobody wakes up and decides to become average. It happens slowly. A little procrastination today, a little distraction tomorrow, a few excuses next week, and before they know it, years have passed. Imagine standing on a beach watching the waves. Each wave seems small and harmless, but over time, even the strongest rocks are shaped by them. Time works the same way. Every day may seem ordinary, but together those days become your life. The scary part is that most people think they have more time than they actually do. They assume there will always be another opportunity, another year, another chance to start. But life doesn't come with guarantees. Every day that passes is one day less than you had before. That's why the most successful people don't wait for the perfect moment. They understand that the perfect moment is a myth. They start while they're scared. They start while they're uncertain. They start before they feel ready, because they know that waiting has a cost. And that cost is time. One day, everyone reaches a moment where they wish they had started earlier. The question is whether that realization comes soon enough to change your life or too late to change anything at all. Imagine meeting yourself 10 years from now. Not the person you are today, but the person your current habits are creating. What would they say to you? Would they thank you for staying disciplined when it was difficult? Would they be grateful that you stopped wasting time and started taking your goals seriously? Or would they ask why you kept delaying the things that mattered most? Every decision you make today is creating that future person. The books you read, the habits you build, the people you spend time with, and the way you use your hours are all shaping who you'll become. Most people think their future is something that simply happens to them, but that's not true. Your future is being built right now. Imagine planting an apple seed and expecting oranges to grow. It sounds ridiculous, yet many people do something similar with their lives. They spend years feeding bad habits and then wonder why they don't have the results they want. They waste time, but want success. They avoid growth, but want a better future. They stay comfortable, but dream about extraordinary lives. The reality is simple. The person you become tomorrow depends on what you repeatedly do today. Every day is a vote for your future. Every habit is a vote. Every choice is a vote. And whether you realize it or not, you're casting those votes right now. The question is, are your daily actions creating the life you want, or are they creating a future you'll one day regret? The truth is that life is not a practice run. This is it. These are the days you'll one day look back on. The mornings you wake up, the choices you make, the opportunities you take or ignore. They are all becoming your story. Imagine holding a book that contains your entire life. Every day a new page is written. You can't tear out yesterday's page, and you can't skip ahead to rewrite the ending. All you can do is decide what today's page will say. That's why time is so valuable. Once it's gone forever. Money can return. Opportunities can return. Even relationships can sometimes be repaired. But time never comes back. The saddest thing isn't growing old. The saddest thing is reaching old age with a life full of, I wish I had. I wish I had started sooner. I wish I had been braver. I wish I had spent more time on what truly mattered. I wish I had stopped waiting. The good news is that if you're hearing this right now, you still have today. You still have this moment. You still have the ability to make a different choice. You don't need to change your entire life overnight. You just need to stop wasting the days that are right in front of you. Because one day, the person you become will be the result of what you chose to do with the time you were given. And the reality is simple. You have less time than you think. So don't spend the rest of your life acting like you have forever. If this message touched your heart, don't just listen to it, act on it. Take one step today toward the person you want to become. And before you leave, tell me in the comments if you had 1 year left to live. What is the first thing you would change? I'd love to read your answers. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs this reminder. Until next time, make your time count, because you have less of it than you think.